Welcome to Ofofo Studio. My guest for today is Ravi Shankar. Ravi Shankar is CEO and founder at Sinium and Deeproot, and they're building an operating system for reverse migration, and they're doing this through distributed work. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Welcome to the show, Ravi.
Thanks for having me, Angad.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Same here, likewise.
Okay, yeah. So, can you, for the viewers and the listeners, can you just tell them what reverse migration and distributed work is and what it means to create an operating system for reverse migration?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, reverse migration, many years ago, 4 to 5 decades ago, the IT boom happened.
Right.
There are 5 cities where the magic just happened. People have started migrating, and that was the need of an hour for a country.
Yeah.
In terms of economics, employment, and most other things as well. But during this process, we accidentally created a forced migration in the modern world.
Okay.
So I'll put an example.
Yeah.
So there is an engineer who is, you and me, we both are also migrants. We have migrated from small towns to big cities in search of employment.
Right.
So we believe, I personally believe, and we believe that there are a lot of us who migrated from the small towns, sub-tier towns to the cities in search of opportunities, wouldn't want to move if these opportunities exist in our very place, leaving the families behind. And what are we achieving doing so? So we're spending 3/4 of what we make here for living expenses. So at the end of the day, it's the side of the workforce. There is a side to the businesses as well. So businesses today, if they want to employ Indian talent, they have only 2 ways to do it. One, going through the traditional IT outsourcing services, which has created this boom in 50 cities, 5 cities 50 years ago. And these people end up paying 2 to 3 times of their local salaries.
Okay.
The other option they have is come to India, set up a legal entity, all the way you build captives here. So there are companies who cannot do both. So in 2025, so companies cannot spend 3 times of what the talent salaries are.
Right.
So everybody needs to be capital efficient. Pressure on them with the right capital. They want to achieve more. So at least, I don't know the exact number, but during my time interviewing a lot of startup founders across San Francisco, Chicago, so what we have learned is there's more than half of startups which start there. So die before they reach critical milestones. Why? Because they run out of money.
Right.
And they run out of money. Majority of that money is spent on the people. To give a number to it, on an average, a startup in San Francisco must spend at least $200,000 on an engineer, early team. Say you have a founder, co-founder, you want to build the next level of engineers. So they have to end up spending $200,000 per each engineer.
Right.
It's not sustainable. So most of them, they die before reaching the critical milestones.
Correct.
So this is the pattern that we've been observing. So while building the OS for migration is our grand strategy, that's our grand vision, we would like to start with this set of founders and co-founders, so who are at a dire need of access to the people, access to the talent in India. So what we're doing is we're doing it through an employer of record services.
Okay.
So where these startup founders in the US can hire engineers in India without the need of setting up local entities at local cost.
Okay,
so
nice.
if an engineer's salary is 12 lakhs per annum, so he would pay only 12 lakhs per annum plus benefits. If you would like to, we highly encourage clients in the US to offer benefits like medical insurance, retirement, whatever applicable, and we charge a small fees for doing this whole thing. So what we are doing is the compliance part.
Okay.
We as a company provide compliance for these startups in US to hire Indian talent at local cost.
Got it. What differentiates you from traditional headhunters?
Okay, traditional headhunters. These people, and from my understanding, looking at this the whole industry over the past few years, the traditional headhunters are somebody who look for a person.
Correct.
So Angad is looking to hire an engineer. So I do one thing, I source people. I identify the person which fits your budget, skill, and I connect the dots, I take my fees.
Yeah.
You have to put them on your payroll.
Right.
So there are other companies who who offer payroll services as well. But the problem that we want to solve is the specific ICP, ideal customer profile for us, is these companies, which is our, we want to start here. We have a grand vision, but the first step would be to these startup founders who don't want to set up entity in India. They don't want to get into compliance.
Right.
But how we help is we not only source people, identify them, put them on our payroll, and become employer on the clients or this founder's behalf, offer them benefits, everything like a traditional employment, yet at local cost. So what happens is the founders, when they look at an engineer, this is what we go through these days. So then find an engineer, they compare, okay, 200,000 is in the US.
Right.
So I'm getting this engineer at
Right.
$50,000.
Yeah.
So what they do is they offer more, seeking loyalty in return and all that. And this has been working wonderfully for both the parties.
Right.
This guy's happy he's paying more. This guy's happy he's getting more.
Yeah.
In between, what we are doing is, what we believe our superpower is transparency.
Right.
So that's how we are different from traditional headhunting companies. We just don't find people. We help identify, source, onboard, and manage them all the way through the exit.
Correct. So, this is still your traditional migration. This is not reverse migration. We haven't reached there yet, right?
We haven't reached there yet.
So, can you, tell me what that is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The reverse migration that it's there as a part of a slogan is, there are three different moving parts here. So
Okay.
one, the problem that I just mentioned about the company spending more money for engineers in the traditional models, and the workforce who are traditionally now, there is a return to mandate, return to office mandate. So most of the people, they don't want to come back to office because they know they can do their job
Yeah.
at their convenience, staying near their families. So nobody wants to spend 2-4 hours in the traffic and then do the same work,
Yeah.
maybe less.
True.
And even work-life balance of these people are questionable. These days, there've been so much noise around in social media saying that the work-life balance, and we have seen many engineers stopping their IT career, their career in the cities, and going back to the villages and doing farming.
Yeah.
That's not natural. I would call it as a brain drain.
Okay.
So what the migration, again, what we're trying to do is we have already created a compliance infrastructure.
Okay.
So where, we can legally employ anybody in the country,
Okay.
be it small town, village, or sub-tier towns across India. Put them on our payroll. They can work directly with the customer, which is also known as a client in the US or Europe, at the pay that they rightly deserve. So first thing, we help companies pay the right price to the right talent, and secondly, we help these workforce get paid the right amount of money that they deserve. And the third thing is what we do is there's so much of people coming up for the last 50 years have been migrated to handful 5 cities.
Yeah.
And what's happening to the towns, sub-tier towns where exactly these people have migrated from. For example, my town, my hometown, there are 20,000 engineers from that very town and nearby villages who migrated to either Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Hyderabad. What happens? All of these people go back to the same hometown, and they're anyways coming here to Bangalore or Hyderabad working for a client in the US. They are not going to the US.
Correct.
But what can they do? How would it be if they do the same job at their hometown? Convenience, they don't spend 3 to 4 times of what they otherwise spend in cities, and then still get paid better than what other people, since we are eliminating the bloating here.
Correct.
So this is what we are calling as reverse migration. So 50 years ago, the IT boom has created these 5 cities. Now we are aspiring, we are setting the stage to create the next 10 hubs across India.
Nice.
And those would be smaller towns. Where eventually in 10 years from now you see multi-speciality hospitals, and what we want to do is build growth uniformly across the country. So we call all these 3 moving parts together as a operating system.
Okay. So one contrarian point of view is that if you are working by yourself in a smaller city remotely, there is a certain aspect of the job that you lose out to, which is learning from your teammates through osmosis. Like I'm not necessarily saying someone taking training or doing training exercises, something like that. Nothing. It's just the fact that we both are working together out of the same space, and that naturally tends to be like bigger cities where all of these companies have their offices at, and learning from the interactions.
Right.
Don't you think that gets minimized when people move back to smaller towns?
Yes, but imagine 20,000 people going on. These are the same people out there. It's just the people change.
No, but then they won't be learning the same, right? The thing is, in a town, I would not have people who are The probability of me finding someone who's really advanced in the same field is very, very low. Right? So that reduces. So do you counter that? Do you have an opinion on that?
I definitely do have an opinion on this. So my opinion, again, what I mentioned a few seconds ago, this is going to take some time
Okay.
for people to understand this narrative and even believe that this is even possible. Today,
Right.
people are saying, no, it's not possible. So Bangalore is Bangalore, Hyderabad is Hyderabad.
Right.
So now, what we are trying to do right now is look for early adopters.
Okay.
The first 10 engineers, they'll have very less. Like you said, the osmosis type of knowledge sharing, that culture. Then we have 20 people, 30 people, 40 people. Very soon, eventually, we'll have all those, all of this osmosis that he's getting in the cities
Right.
will be available in the towns.
Makes
This
sense.
is exactly what happened in Bangalore and Chennai. Earlier, there was no learning, peer learning, and physical. None of this was existing.
Correct.
So, 40 years ago or 50 years ago, somebody started, then this happened.
Right.
This is what put together, again, I'm stressing, and this is what we are working towards as a vision, causing a reverse migration through distributed work model.
Okay. Do you know of anyone else who's doing the same thing?
Yes, there are companies who are doing pieces together. The
Okay.
very famous Deal remote multiplier. Deal, by the way, is one of the fastest companies to go from 0 to $16 billion in 5 years.
My God.
I doubt if there are any other companies have seen such a kind of growth. And this is a remote workforce management.
Okay.
What they do, they have compliance.
Okay.
The EUR part of it, they let companies hire anywhere in the world. They have legal infrastructure. Companies need not to go set up legal entities. They hire them. They charge a fees of certain dollar amount every month to hire and onboard and manage them.
Got it.
So there are companies who are like sourcing. So there are companies like a lot of headhunters, for example. So these people help companies abroad and also India identify the talent. And there are very few people who are actually the very few are even negligible, or I don't know many
Right.
who are actually building infrastructure in the remote areas
Yeah.
like sub-tier district headquarter level. So people are innovating in individual areas. And what we are doing is we are building an integrated part of all of this, because what we believe is the last one, the remote workforce development, the remote workforce management will be more efficient with the talent infrastructure.
Makes sense.
The talent infrastructure would make more sense if we help them move back to their hometowns and make an efficient living.
Right.
Not force them to come to the office and all the regular that's been happening over the last few years. So that's how there are people who are doing individual things, but put together, what we are kind of stitching together, a lot of moving parts. That's something that I don't know of anyone who is currently doing it.
Nice. Neither do I. What prompted you to go about solving this problem? Why did you identify this problem area to go after?
Great question. So I'll have to take you back a few years ago.
Please.
Where I'm from a small town, Kadapa, which is known for its spicy food, number of droughts,
Okay.
and really hot tempers.
Okay.
So my father used to be a farmer, and then he eventually ended up working for a cooperative bank. So as soon as I finished my 12th, I moved to Dehradun to pursue my engineering. So no, it was not something that I was enjoying.
Okay.
You wake up and you say, it's kick-ass now, let me do it. So I didn't have those that kind of feeling when I wake up that I want to do this.
Right.
But I did find my passion. I did enjoy certain things where I could actually communicate, talk to people from multiple states, various languages,
Right.
which I hadn't done earlier. So my exposure to outside world was very, very minimal.
Yeah.
From town, we hardly speak one language, Telugu, and Hindi and English we only watch in the TVs. So this one, I enjoyed it. So I've understood one thing. I made a lot of friends, and I actually learned how to talk, communicate. I moved to Delhi, so started working in call centers for selling financial products to one of the UK-based BPO, and that was a stint where I learned about myself. I could sell.
Yeah.
And also really sell. So I was really good at it. So very quickly got an offer from Mumbai to be a part of one of the KPOs, and who does slightly more than selling. So
Okay.
there I was a mortgage loan officer, offshore mortgage loan officer, who not only originate a home loan application from US citizens sitting here in India and also close it for them.
Nice.
There, I was known for closing high ticket sales. So I was making anywhere around, this was 2006. I was making upwards of $10,000 and each file.
Wow.
Home mortgages. So then happened the biggest blunder of my life.
Which was?
So I started a company. Starting a company was not the blunder, but not understanding the market was a blunder at that time. So I started a company. It was a KPO, similar thing. Quickly was able to get a couple of big customers. Initially we saw the money, then boom, 2008 happened.
Oh.
So everything, we lost everything, financially, emotionally. I was down. I was 2010, I think January 26th. I've decided at 8 p.m. This is going to change. I took a bus at 9 p.m. Just got here in Bangalore in the morning, early hours. Worked for a event management company where I met a lot of software executives.
Okay.
I was selling sponsorships and conference tickets. So during this process, I met a lot of IT executives, kind of fancy. I kind of liked how they work and how they do what they do. So that's when my software dream started. So ended up working for an SAP consulting company, which was here in Bangalore, whose customer base was completely in the West, Gujarat.
Okay.
So it's again one of those days, which I will never forget. Those days put together made me what I am today.
Right.
So very first week, I was sent to Gujarat, Rajkot. I was put in a room with full of angry departmental heads who were unhappy about certain promises that was made by my company and not delivered.
Oh.
That was the first. I barely knew what SAP was.
Yeah.
So I was put in that place.
My God.
And it was scary initially, but I think that's what helps you learn more.
Yeah.
Comfort zone, nobody learns.
Correct.
A lot. So eventually, owning the mistakes that I haven't done, owning that problem and solving them. And even today, each one of the departmental heads, they come to Bangalore, they call me, we meet. And I go to Gujarat, anywhere, we meet. And these are best friends. These are the relationships I don't think I'll ever lose.
Absolutely.
So that's what. And the story, why this idea came from is, in 2008, when I hit the rock bottom, so I would say the unchecked mortgage prices, subprime mortgages, was the main reason. So I knew people who were taking mortgages on their dog's name.
What?
Subprime mortgages.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of was a big thing back then, where people said, okay, your credit score is less, you don't have credit worthiness, you're getting X, but after buying this home, your total monthly outgoing is 2X.
Wow.
Banks used to lend them, but certain underwriting guidelines were not accounting for the risk. So what I understood is there is so much unchecked people cost that's going around in the market.
Absolutely.
For an example, there's an engineer again who's been working in Bangalore or Chennai for over a decade. So his salary is like 15 to 16 lakhs. Every year he can expect, if he's lucky, around 8, 9 or 10%.
Easily.
But the same guy, when he works for a bigger brand, IT services company, on invoices, his rate would be 4 to 5 times.
Absolutely.
Upwards of $22, $23.
Yeah.
So if there is enough value, nobody would complain about it.
Correct.
But 2019, what changed is during one of my business trips in New York, I met an executive. This gentleman, I don't think I'll ever forget him in my life ever. So this gentleman met me. I knew him through a common connection, and during that time he met me, and he came to me with a problem. Ravi, you are in India. Okay, I've been working with a very big IT services company for 18 years now, and then recently tried out the mid-sized IT company. So after trying it out, he just spent 30-40 days in India with one of the teams, and he just moved around, spoke to a lot of people. Before that, he did not come. So he kind of inquired about the salaries, their lifestyle, how they are treated in these companies, and how the management put that, put that opaque thing in the middle. Don't let customer and person interact seamlessly, and the customer will never know what this guy is getting paid in India. But only he could see only invoices. So he had close 30-40 days of observation. He come to me with a problem. Ravi, I worked with this company for 18 years. And for last few months I'm working with this company. The only problem that I have is these companies, they don't have enough value So sometimes I see engineers' name only on the spreadsheets, timesheets, and invoices. And I never knew who was working, who was doing. There were 10 people work I could see, but there were 20 people on the invoice, on timesheets. I thought maybe if I change from bigger company to a mid-sized company, this will change. But he says no, that's been a practice. It's the same. And at that time, I was never like, I'll start a company doing it. So I just said, you know what? You came to me with a problem. As a friend, I'll help you. Let me set up an entity. I'll hire on your behalf. So as a legal entity, I can offer benefits. I can run payroll. I can do all those compliances where the talent's interests are protected. And I know you, I trust you, you'll pay me.
Correct.
Right? I'll do this. So we've started this engagement, and during this whole thing, I told him, I would like to charge you small fees, and what I'll give you is transparency. You're hiring a person for 15 lakhs per annum, so you would know it, and you would see those offer letters yourself. And if we are paying 3,000 rupees for his health insurance for the whole year, you would know how much is exactly that. Okay, whatever, co-working space, 8,000 rupees per month. You would know on actuals, it's 100% transparent. A, B, C component. On top of everything, I'll charge a small fees for me to setting up this entity, giving you infrastructure and compliance.
Right.
He said, fantastic, we'll start. We did this as an experiment. So while this is happening, I was also figuring out what's my next move. So I said, okay, let me focus on this. This was in 2019. 2020, we all know what happened, COVID. Whatever our weaknesses were, we didn't have fancy offices across all cities. Our people, I never even met them. Delhi, Mumbai, Patna, Bihar, Madurai, Tamil Nadu, Kochi, Kerala. I've never met them, I've never seen them. They were there working from their homes or co-working spaces. We were doing pretty well. Customer was happy. He was saying I was paying more than 50% to the other guy, the legacy guy. Now I know what? I'll pay them more. He was happy. He liked the transparency. And these guys were also happy. They got 30-40% right away. They get freedom and everything. So at that time, what we thought, see, we are not a big company. We cannot invest in fancy offices. This is how we'll operate. The assessment, we communicated this upfront to the talent as well as the customer. So this everybody were okay with it. We started this engagement. 2020, pandemic came. And the levels are all same now. So everybody started operating remotely. And all these companies were profitable briefly.
My God, yeah.
So we thought, why not make it big? Then there were certain limitations with us. So
what kind of limitations?
Okay, we didn't raise any funding.
Okay.
For us to grow, acquire more customers, we had to put money, time, and all that things.
Right.
So what we thought is, we had to take that decision. So whether we raise money or quickly go, like Deal did. They also started on the same 2019. But when they started, they had this vision. But our vision came much later on.
Okay.
Like, we realized after 1 year or so that this is what we want to do. So 2023, we've registered in our entity in the US. So within short time, within 6 months, we got selected into a Workbox accelerator cohort for the spring. Workbox company. And that gave us a lot of exposure. So it gave us a chance to spend with Chicago startup community, with San Francisco startup community. Workbox company as a company, they are like WeWork. They have co-working spaces around
the world,
around the US. They have 12 to 13 locations right now, the most latest. So we got access into all these communities.
Nice.
We spent time, and that's when we decided. That's when this ICP has been decided. Our vision is big. We want to do a lot of things, but we'll start from here, which is early stage startup founders who wants to be capital efficient, who wants to burn less until they reach critical milestones. That's when we decided. And since then, we're trying to build a product and all that. This reverse migration is a very latest thing that happened after a lot of companies have been pushing workforce return to office mandates. So why would anybody come? And this slowly started happening. We've seen engineers, especially people that I'm working with, some of them I've worked with, some of them I've known. Some of them even left IT completely. Because I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm clear now what I want in my life.
Yeah.
I come here, make money, spend 70% of it towards living expenses, stay away from the family. It's not worth it.
Makes sense.
These people go back and they're doing farming. They're doing pretty well. Some of them started schoolings.
Right.
And again, we're looking at another brain drain. People complain about layoffs, but nobody speaks about brain drain. An industry, when it loses the biggest influence in minds, that's a big loss nobody talks about. So that's what we want to focus on, and we want to build this ecosystem to enable these changes. And that's when very latestly we said, this is not employer of record, this is not compliance. We're solving 2-3 different problems.
Right.
So we have to stitch it together and call it as OS for reverse migration through distributed model.
Okay. How big is your team now?
Okay, the core team is 4.
Okay.
So we have 12 people who are working. So right now we've stopped catering to customers. So we're building a platform.
Okay.
So we want to go live with the platform and then start onboarding the customers.
When do you plan on going live?
Few weeks. We are delayed. So it's very hard to give time when you're a small team. So we
How are the
positively-
responsibilities distributed within the team?
Okay, so I take care of going out there, spreading the word. So Shankar, he heads technology, and Swati, my better half, she takes care of the operations, legal, compliance side. So for now, this is the core team. There is another person, Lakshmi, who takes care of the admin, the other things, who support all 3 of us.
Nice.
So this is the core team.
Okay. And what are your plans on scaling up? Like, how do you plan on resources that you get additionally in the future? How do you plan on deploying those?
Okay, so currently we are in the process of closing our first round of funding. So
Okay.
we're already delayed. We should not delay it any further. So we've realized it. Our plan is to focus on spending time and efforts on GTM efforts,
Okay.
majorly across these startup hubs, starting with US, Chicago, San Francisco, Boston. So we wanted to start in San Francisco, build a playbook, get to the 30-40 initial customers, where the sweet spot would be they would like to have 2 to 7 engineers from India. That's our sweet spot. So we would like to go after these startup founders and co-founders, help them hire 2 to 7 member teams in India, and 30-40 customers, once it's there, was able to, if we're able to touch this 1 million ARR, so we wanted to build this playbook properly. So we
Nice.
don't want to spread thin across multiple. We want to focus on one place, which is San Francisco, and then put this strategy copy-paste across all startup hubs.
Makes sense.
And then we have our next ICP that we have been learning about. Once this is replicated, this copy-pasted across multiple startup hubs, the second thing comes in.
The second thing is?
We are building agents around employment. Say,
Very
for
nice.
example, this is something that we're doing as an experiment. So we saw a lot of gap in terms of how students access opportunities, discover opportunities. Not even students, even the professionals who are already working. So since I have been in the industry since 2000, I can say this, between 2000 and 2010, that decade, the biggest challenge was technical skills.
Right.
Government, thanks to the Indian government, a lot of institutions, they made those changes, tweaks, investments to address that. And between 2010 to 2020, communication was a big problem.
Yeah.
And thanks to social media this time. People, even in the villages, can now understand, read, speak many languages well
Right.
because of the social media, the mobile phones and all
Correct.
that. And starting from 2020 and pandemic, the biggest challenge for talent has become the opportunity discovery. So this stack is something that we're still experimenting, but we surely want to discover that, and it's Shankar's call when we do that and how we do that. So,
Are there any myths or misnomers around in the industry that you want to specifically address?
Yeah, I got it.
Take a minute. You just
AI is going to replace humans.
okay.
I don't know, this topic became so popular. 80-year-old my grandmother recently says that she doesn't know what I'm doing.
Ah, yeah.
So when I met her, she said, "This some AI is coming. So will it take your job away?" She doesn't know what I'm doing exactly. So she said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, fine. So where did you get to know?" She says some Telugu channels are
Okay.
constantly trying to do this to people. I understand it's their living, and this is general sentiment, right? That
Correct.
you are all hearing. And me and Shankar laugh it up. We just laughed it off, saying that this has happened. And we happened to discuss one of the very significant instances in the history.
Okay.
In 1914, when
Okay.
the World War I started,
Ah.
Ford has done something. I don't remember any other company doing it since then. So what they did is, they have increased their workforce's salary from $2.34 to, if I'm not wrong, something around 5, doubled it.
Okay.
They doubled the salary of these people. So this effort kind of gave very good impact to the Ford as a company. So what happened? People were very well paid, good marketing, a lot of people want to join, and people who have joined bought Ford cars against those bullock cars or horse cars that were already available.
Yeah.
So what this guy has done is something similarly. Humanity will face these revolutions every now and then, every 100 years, 50 years, something will of this happen.
Correct.
But the analogy, the relation between this is, if AI replaces human, we don't need human. So ideally, company A replaces, there are no humans there, only AIs. So eventually, who will buy? So your customer has to be somebody else's employee.
Absolutely.
So if he doesn't have a job, who will buy yours?
Makes sense, yeah.
So I think there's a lot of noise going around. So the recent layoffs also, which has been off late, I think AI has been scapegoat. So it's not really about AI. So it was something else, maybe the remote work and people leaving, whatever aspects I mentioned before, where people are scapegoating AI for it. AI hasn't seen that light of the world yet. So we are using so many tools. We've invested heavily on so much of AI. So we don't see that day happening. So we are very clear. At the end of the day, there are just AIs who will buy your services. Somewhere in the food chain, a human has to buy, right? If you keep replacing this, it will not. I'm not an economist, but it's very basic.
Right.
So that's why this Ford thing came into my mind. This guy is smart. This guy was super smart.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
increased the salary, the company's branding went high, and these people started buying Ford cars. So earlier they couldn't afford. With this increased salary, they could afford. They have more sales. They have more customer feedback. Their own employees are using it.
Right.
Boom. Ford as a brand, we know what it is today.
That's amazing, man. Okay. Let me switch gears and talk more about you. So, what are things that you like to do apart from work?
Okay, I try to spend some time with my kid to play cricket. So apart from that, I until now I couldn't manage anything else for myself. Yes, I try to work out here and there. I think you know how challenging it is taking time out for all this for yourself.
Okay.
But to answer your question, what do I do apart from working? Yes, I try to play some cricket. So play some. That's all I do. That's all I do. Nothing else.
It's just cricket and work, yeah?
Yeah, cricket and work, and I love food. I like to take my family out to wherever I see food is good.
Right.
So Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just go to Hyderabad, eat something, come back. So we do such things, and that's just important. And my parents live back in Andhra Pradesh. We do make some trips there.
Okay. And what's on the future roadmap for you and for Deep Root?
So we are building one side of it.
Okay.
So these 3 moving parts. We picked up the first problem we want to solve is the startup community and their problem in running out of their runway cash before reaching critical milestones. We want to actively invest our efforts and time into it, and also money when it's raised. And then eventually, while that is happening, we want to grow our engineering team. Shankar would have his own big team right now to build these agents around employment and career.
Yeah.
There's so many problems out there. Students who are willing to go abroad for education. This is a problem for small tier towns. So a student in 3rd or 4th year, when he wants to study abroad, there's a very limited options for him to learn on where to go, how to do this process and all that. He end up with consultancy.
Right.
So he spends 2-3 lakh rupees only to realize, some university which is not up to the mark. So this is what
It looks like you have fun. You've got tattoos and all. I see that.
Oh yeah, that's thing. So I wanted you to notice this.
What is
That's why I just folded my shirt. So this is a Maori design.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was when it was done.
Okay.
So my wife would have killed me. The meaning of this was I am ready to get married.
What? Okay.
I did this after 7 years of my marriage. I didn't know the meaning of it. And this is a story with a lot of people. This is not crazy, and something that I love and which is close to my heart is something I got here.
What is that?
So I don't know if I can do this.
Please.
Will I be called for obscenity if I pull my shirt up?
Absolutely
Obscenity.
not, man. Yeah.
So I have the Cynium company's tattoo in there.
Oh, wow.
This was done 2013.
Okay. Talk about walking the talk, man. You got like the logos plastered
Oh
on
no,
this.
but I told you I have an ADHD. I forget what my goal is. So every day, this kinds of reminds me on a serious note. When you wake up, something you have to get up and you have all these people. You don't have everything favorable to you.
Correct.
You say something, there are a lot of forces which is against you, working against you, talking
Yeah.
against you. So you need a big motivation that keeps you running,
Grounded,
keeps
yeah.
you going, keeps you put that same energy throughout the day. This kind of helps. And whenever you see this, oh, okay,
Makes sense. Yeah.
I don't have an option now. I have to do this.
It's a daily
So,
reminder. You made it very permanent.
It's kind of.
All right. So Ravi, how do people reach out to you, man? Like, I'm sure, like after this interview, a lot of our viewers and listeners might want to catch up with you one-on-one, and there are specific problem areas that are suited for a lot of companies who also listen to this. So, how do they reach out to you?
Interesting question. I have an interesting answer to. Until few weeks ago, I was available as a Rapido driver. It was my effort to tell people what I do, a story, come over, this is what I do, this is what I write about
Yeah.
in LinkedIn and all that. It was fun. You are asking how do they reach out to me? If it was those days, I would say open your
It's a
Rapido and you will see me. You
that's a
might see me.
Very interesting GTM motion.
Yeah. I mean, this is something
Makes sense. Very interesting.
So yeah, people can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So I have some writings that I do write. I try to write.
The link to the profile will be in the description, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. And email, website.
Yeah, our website is deeproot.io.
Uh-huh.
So we are also planning to go live with a
Newer, fresher
studio.
look. Okay.
Studio.
Okay.
Inspiration is Ofofo. This is a nice way of spreading the word out. We haven't done anything in marketing yet.
Thank you. Yeah.
Apart from those Rapido rides. And I think this is smart. This is smart. I think we want to put our footsteps towards
Happy
this
to
direction.
help.
and
Happy
do
to
it.
help, Ravi.
And that's all about.
Okay. So on that note, I'd like to conclude this conversation.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to the next episode, man. Would love to have you back here again
I would
sometime
love to
later.
come back. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.